Hi, and welcome to this knitting tutorial brought to you by allfreeknitting.com. Today's video lesson is on how to knit using the Continental method. What I have right here are yarn and knitting needles. I'm using a size 10.5. The weight of the yarn is worsted weight. And I've already done 15 stitches and knit into every row back and forth, and this pattern is called the garter stitch when you knit every row. Before you start knitting, I'd like to show you that if you keep your yarn to the back of your needle, that's the correct position you need to have it before you start knitting. If the yarn is twisted up and over, you'll get an extra loop right here. If you knit into that, you'll have an extra stitch on your needles, and that will throw your pattern off. So be certain before you start knitting that your yarn is pulled under and to the back. You'll see this loop here matching the rest of your loops. That will tell you that you're all lined up and ready to go. The Continental method for knitting uses your working yarn in your left hand versus using it in the right hand, which is what you're probably used to seeing people knit. Using the yarn in your right hand is called the English method, and while you're doing your knit stitches, you'll be throwing your yarn over the knitting needle. Now, that doesn't seem like a whole lot of work while you're creating a stitch, but if you keep doing that for every stitch, you end up with a lot of wrist motion, and that causes wear and tear on your joints. I find that the Continental style, holding your yarn in the left hand, is a lot less wear and tear. To set up your yarn in your left hand, I start with wrapping the yarn around my little pinky, all the way around one full loop, bringing the yarn over my ring finger, under my middle finger, and over the index finger. Then I hold my finger against my knitting needle and slide my stitches up towards the point. Underneath, when you pull on the working yarn, that helps to snug up the yarn and keep the tension even across the fingers. Taking your other needle in your right hand, we'll be putting the needle through the first stitch, front to back. And I'll show you the back side here. Now, using your index finger with the yarn, slide your yarn around the tip of the needle counterclockwise. Using your right finger, hold the yarn and pull the yarn back through the loop that you put your needle through, and slide the loop off. Now, first stitch is now on your right needle. And do the same and keep on going, and that's how that's done. Front to back, slide around, hold with your fingertip, and slide the stitch off. When you get going faster, you don't always need to hold the needle, or the yarn, with your right index finger, like this. Your tension should help keep it steady so that you can just slip the needle off without using your fingertip. This style is a whole lot easier on your arms, your hands, your wrists, and just really goes a lot faster too. And there we are. Nice and even. That's the knit stitch using the Continental method. For more knitting tips, go to allfreeknitting.com. Thanks for watching.